Okay, so I'm in Mill Valley. I moved over the bridge.
Yeah.
So it's 20 minutes north of the city. I had a baby, so I'm like a
You're a
mom.
mom. You're all responsible. Are you responsible?
I'm I'm responsible. I like
Yeah.
go to bed before 10 o'clock and wake up at 7. It's a whole new life. My name is Nika Wynnyk. I worked at the Enterprise Fish Co., or what I say, Fish Co., from 2003 to 2005 or 6. And I now live up in the Bay Area, far away from the Fish Co. in San Francisco.
Find out that the Enterprise Fish Company had closed.
Oh, goodness. I honestly think I found out through Facebook. And, that's because most or all of the people that I met at Fish Company, we have stayed connected, whether it's through phone call, text message, or obviously social media, which is the much easier platform. But one day I'm sure I was scrolling along and someone had this, oh no, oh gosh, and a ton of really sad emojis fly across my screen. And it said that the Fish Co. had closed. And I just felt like this crushing moment of, what am I going to do the next time I'm down in that area? It's all I know. It's where I want to be when I'm in Santa Monica. And I couldn't understand why anybody would want to close such a wonderful establishment. My overall memories, it's this warm, wonderful feeling of genuine fun. I've worked in a lot of restaurants when I was in that time in my career, and the Fish Company was a place that I always wanted to go and I never wanted to leave. Even if I was off work, I would get off work and just come around the bar, or get off work and go out to the patio and sit down and feel so comfortable and at home. And all of the other jobs that I've had since then, you clock out, you run out the door, you get out as fast as you can, and you're hoping nobody finds you. Fish Company, even if I was outside of Fish Company and I ran into my manager, who is usually someone you don't want to see, I'm likely to be like, oh, hey, it's you. Let's go have a drink. So it's just this wonderful feeling of camaraderie. Even now, I mean, people I haven't seen in 10 and gosh, would I even say 20 years at this point? Um, I would gladly bump into on the street or keep in touch with. Some of my dearest girlfriends I do still keep in touch with, and I met them that long too. When I saw on your posting that you were going to do this, and I saw the decades, I was shocked because I knew that the restaurant had been around for a while, but I had no idea that it streamed back to, I think it says the 60s and 70s on there. So,
70s, 80s,
and
90s.
70s and 80s, and people are still celebrating Fish Company. This is like an establishment there. And of course, I love seeing Randall. I mean, he's one of my favorites. And he posted so many pictures, and he's sitting there with his arms around everybody with a big grin on his face. You can hardly tell he's at work.
No, yeah, I don't know if he even knew he was at.
Enterprise Fish Company was monumental in my life because, well, I'll elaborate just a bit. So I started Enterprise Fish Company directly after college, and therefore it was like my first real job without school in the background. And so it was monumental for me because coming out of college and meeting the people that I met and getting the experience that I gained there by being integrated into this community where I just was immediately taken in as a family member. My nickname was Baby because I was so much younger than everybody else. I just felt like I belonged and I knew where I needed to be. And that enhanced my work ethic. Honestly, I always showed up on time and I always stayed till the very end. And, granted, yes, I got my shift covered a few times here and there.
Is that
but,
true, by the way? I don't remember that about you, but I
feel like I was always there on time, and I definitely stayed till the end.
Yes, you were. All verified.
Yeah, the days that I wasn't there, though, I always had somebody else in my shoes.
Yes, okay. Let's all.
So I never left anyone hanging. I'll leave that out there. The Ladybugs. I'm happy that you remembered the name of our fun little group. Ladybugs were Jen, Karen, Elise, and Nika. And both Jen, Karen, and Elise, those three were already hanging out when I came around. And so by the time I got inducted into this group, I was nicknamed the Baby because I was about 7 or 8 years younger than all those women, maybe even 10, not sure. And those ladies, boy, they certainly whipped me into shape. They showed me how to work. They showed me how to do what I needed to do to get stuff done. And honestly, how to do a great job. And then after work, they also showed me the entire area and how to have a lot of fun. Those friendships, I mean, that's probably what made work some of the best days.
Yeah, those were some good days.
And we were saucy or sassy and saucy. I need to go down and get, it's a
That's what
picture
she did.
of, it's out, we're out front of a yacht, and like Colleen's in it, and the Ladybugs are in there, and Andrew and Mike and some other guys. And we're all out front of this yacht posing. I don't know if we're getting on it or if we're just standing there, but we look great. Super short haircut. I had candidly just gotten out of a relationship when I got hired at Fish Coast. So I did the thing that all women do when they get out of a relationship. You cut your hair super short and go get a new job. And so I remember the day I cut it, I walked in with a beanie on because I had not only cut it super short, but I had dyed it platinum blonde. And I put a beanie on my head and I walked in, and it was either you or somebody else was like, just pulled the hat off my head, like, no hats inside, Nika. And then boom, there was my Pixie, like fairy dust cut.
That wouldn't have been me. I would have never touched your hat. Plus, I like short hair.
It was
beanies.
fun. Yeah, it was,
Um,
believe it or not. And that's a good thing.
Yes.
I do have one day that sticks out for me, and I think that's because I was a bit overtired when I came to work, and I had tried to get my shift covered and it just wasn't happening. So I had to come on in despite the fact that I wasn't feeling like being at work that day. And then, of course, I ended up in the section with the really large party tables. So I had like 2 rounds of 10 people and 2 booths full with 8 people. And I was running food and drinks, and I felt like I was sweating and tired and, eating a cup of clam chowder at the side station just to feel a bit more like myself. And by the time that shift was done, because I made it through the full shift, I did great. I got, oh my God, I don't think I did have my own Nika dish. I mean, honestly, when I would come in and I just needed a quick snack, I would have some warm bread with butter, because who can't eat that? But I always recommend it, and I still think about it today, is of course the lobster bisque with a cute little puff pastry on the top. I have a lot of friends who moved to that area before Fish Company closed, and I would just say, please, whatever you do, go to Fish Co. Tell them you know me, ask for the bisque and have a drink. And, most reports came back with a photograph of my friend next to the bisque saying,